Hey everybody, it's Mickey, and today we are back in the kitchen and I have some great crockpot recipes for you. I even have a crockpot casserole recipe. So if you are new here, I hope you'll take a minute to subscribe. I put out new videos every week about all things home. So this recipe is for a crockpot casserole. Now personally, I haven't tried very many casseroles in my crockpot, but this one I have to say has so much flavor and is really delicious. This recipe is for, I have to say it very slowly, crockpot, cornbread, cowboy casserole. Try saying that 3 times fast. It's not easy, but this recipe is really delicious. So what you're going to need is a packet of taco seasoning, or you can of course use whatever you like to use for your tacos. You're going to need a package of Jiffy corn muffin mix. This one has the honey in the mix, so we're going to try that one and see how it comes out. You're going to need about a cup of cheese. You'll need a can of pinto beans, whole kernel corn, a can of Rotel, whatever temperature you like. I really like the original the best. You'll need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of ground beef. Now I usually replace my ground beef with ground turkey, but for this recipe I have found that the ground beef really does make a difference. And you'll also need a little bit of a chopped onion, some chopped green pepper, and some chopped red pepper. The recipe that I originally found for this dish did not call for any vegetables at all, but I always think that anytime you can add veggies to your meal, the better. And I think that red and green peppers and onions add the best flavor to almost any dish that you add it to. And it also adds a lot of color, which I think is important as well, because you know we first eat with our eyes, and when meals are appealing to look at, I think that it really intensifies the flavor. So I am just going to chop up about 1/2 of a red bell pepper and 1/2 of the green bell pepper, and maybe 1/4 or 1/2 of the onion, and I'm just going to brown them in the pan along with the ground meat. So over medium heat, you're going to start to brown your ground beef, and when it's about, you know, like halfway done, you'll add your chopped veggies and then just cook them until the meat is cooked all the way through and the veggies have started to soften up a bit. While you are browning your meat, just mix together your cornbread according to the package directions. For this one, it is just 1 egg and 1/3 of a cup of milk. So mix this up and then you can set it aside. I have transferred my browned meat, peppers and onions to the crock pot. To this we are going to add our can of Rotel, our taco seasoning, and our drained can of corn and beans. So when you have that all mixed up really well, you are going to add your prepared cornbread. Make sure you get every last drop because this is what makes it really tasty. So once you have that all in, you're going to mix it thoroughly throughout your meat mixture. Then you're going to smooth the top of it all out to make a nice even layer. Cover it and cook it on low for 3 to 4 hours. So our Cowboy Casserole has been cooking about 3.5 hours, and at this point I am going to add a little bit of cheese to the top of it. I have about a cup here. You really don't need a cup of cheese. I'm just going to sprinkle it very lightly on top, and then I'm going to replace the lid for another 10 minutes or so, just until the cheese is all melted. This casserole is so yummy. I like to serve it on a small bed of spinach covered with cheese and sour cream with a side of corn chips. I would bet that at one time or another we all have tried the cracked chicken recipe. I think it started out as a dip, and then in the crock pot, I think it was like a shredded chicken that you can put on sandwiches, and this recipe is for crock pot cracked chicken casserole. So for this recipe, you're going to need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken breast. You're going to need some chicken stock, about 1.5 cups of elbow macaroni, some cheddar cheese, dry ranch mix, a can of cream of chicken soup, Philadelphia cream cheese, and you will need some bacon. So if you wish, you can get some bacon and fry it up and crumble it yourself. I am going to be using today this real bacon pieces that you can find at Walmart. You also can use spring onion, but I am going to use some chives for my recipe today. For our recipe today, I'm going to be using the Reynolds Kitchen slow cooker liners. These come in so handy, especially if it's a recipe that you know is going to be a little messy. The time that it saves on the cleanup end of things is so worth it. In the bottom of your crock pot, you want to place your chicken. Now I have cut my breasts in half just so that they cook a little bit quicker, and I know that they will be cooking more thoroughly. To season these, I'm going to add some garlic powder, paprika, which I always add to chicken when I cook it in the crock pot. I just think that it gives it a little bit of color. I like to add a little bit of minced onion. And just a little bit of salt, because there's going to be a lot of salt in our ranch dressing and in our soup. And then some black pepper. So in this small bowl, you are going to add your cream of chicken soup. You're going to add about 1 cup of sour cream. I recommend using whole sour cream rather than light sour cream. It just, I think, holds up to the cooking in the crock pot a little bit better. Then you're going to add your ranch seasoning. You can do a whole packet, or if you have a big container like this, it's about 3 heaping tablespoons. Then you're going to add a 1/2 cup of your chicken broth. And you want to mix that really well with a whisk. You could also use a hand mixer, but I think if you take your time, the whisk works just as well. So I have that all mixed up together. I'm going to put in a couple big handfuls of my shredded cheese. And I'm also going to put in a little bit of the bacon. One of the reasons why I use the bacon pieces is because our family really doesn't eat a lot of bacon, and you absolutely need a little bit for the flavor, and this just seems to work out better for us. Mix that all together really well, and then we are going to top our chicken. So you want to cover all of your chicken here in your crock pot. Try to cover it with this mixture as best as you can, and be sure to use a spatula to get every last bit. Then we're just going to cover and cook on low for about 5 or 6 hours until your chicken is thoroughly cooked. I do recommend cooking this on low if you have the time. It just gives a better result than if you would cook the whole thing on high. So be sure to cook it on low. So it has been about 4.5 hours, and I want to check the temperature of our chicken. The chicken has come up to temperature, and I am going to get our noodles going on the stove, and I'm going to take some time and I'm going to shred up this chicken and return it back into the crock pot. So I have all the chicken nice and shredded up, and we're going to take our room temperature cream cheese and add that in, mix it around. My camera cut out on me a little bit there, but what I was saying was to make sure that your cream cheese is room temperature before you add it, because if it's too cold, it's just going to make your sauce clump. So just mix it around, return the lid, let it sit for a couple more minutes while your macaroni is cooking. So once your pasta is all done cooking, you're going to just gently stir it in to the crock pot. To this, we are going to add a little bit more of the bacon bits. And we're going to top this with a little bit more cheese. You can add your green onions. I'm going to go ahead and snip some fresh chives right on top. Then we're just going to cover and let the heat from the meal melt the cheese. This dish is so delicious. It's like having cracked chicken and a macaroni and cheese all rolled into one. It's one of those dishes that just get better with time, and the leftovers are even better the second day. So that's going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this crockpot casserole video. I would love for you to let me know in the comments section down below what recipes or videos that you would like to see here on my channel. Don't forget to check the description box for the recipes from today's video, and please join our communities over on Instagram and Facebook at My Bashful Life. Don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you all back as part of our YouTube family. So until I see you in that next video, I hope that you love the life that you have, be kind to each other, stay safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.